There is a glitch in your programming, a fatal error in the operating system of modern society. From the moment you entered the school system, you have been infected with a virus called the hustle. You are told explicitly and implicitly that value is generated through suffering. You are told that if you want more, you must do more. If you want to succeed, you must struggle. If you want to ascend, you must climb. If you want to manifest, you must force. We wear our burnout like a badge of honor. We measure our worth by how tired we are at the end of the day. But let me ask you a question that might shatter your entire reality tunnel. Why is it that the harder you try to fall asleep, the more awake you become? Think about it. Insomnia is fueled by the effort to sleep. Why is it that when you desperately try to remember a name during a conversation, it vanishes into the void? But the moment you stop trying, the moment you give up and wash the dishes, the name pops into your head. Why do the people who need money the most repel it the fastest? Why do the people who are desperate for love remain single, while those who are content in their solitude attract partners effortlessly? Why do your biggest breakthroughs, the ideas that change your life, the healings, the miracles, happen only after you give up? This is not a coincidence. This is not irony. This is a law of physics. It is called the law of reverse effort. In psychology, it was coined by the philosopher Alan Watts as the backwards law. It states a simple, terrifying truth. The more conscious effort you apply to a psychological or spiritual goal, the further away it moves. In the physical world of Newtonian mechanics, if you want to move a rock, you push harder. Effort equals result. But in the quantum realm, the rules invert. In the realm of consciousness and energy, effort is not power. Effort is friction. Effort is the signal of lack. When you push against reality, reality pushes back with equal and opposite force. That is Newton's third law applied to metaphysics. Most people are burning out not because they are lazy, but because they are trying to break down a door that is designed to pull open. In this dossier, we are going to dismantle the cult of hustle. We will look at the thermodynamics of creation, the zero-point field, and why doing less is actually the highest form of quantum efficiency. I am going to give you the protocol to stop forcing the wave and start becoming the ocean. Stop trying, start aligning. Let's look at the energetics of trying. What does it actually mean to try? When you say, "I am trying to manifest money," or "I am trying to find love," or "I am trying to heal," what is the subtext of that broadcast? The subtext, the hidden metadata of that thought is, "I do not have it." Trying implies separation. It implies distance. It implies that the object of your desire is resistant to you. If you already had the $1 million in the bank, would you be trying to get it? No. You would be managing it. You would be spending it. You would be enjoying it. If you were already in the relationship of your dreams, would you be trying to find it? No. You would be living it. Every time you exert force, every time you strain, every time you check if it's working, you are confirming the absence of your desire. You are collapsing the quantum wave function into a state of lack. The quantum field is a literal mirror. It has no opinion, It has no judgment. It does not care if you are a good person. It only reflects the signal you project. If you stand in front of a mirror and scream, "I want this," the reflection does not give it to you. The reflection just screams back, "I want this." It confirms the wanting. It does not give the having. This is why high effort often leads to low results in manifestation. You are generating massive amounts of energy. You are exhausted, but it is incoherent energy. It is the energy of desperation. And desperation is the most powerful repellent in the universe. It creates a push energy. Have you ever had a salesperson try too hard to sell you something? What is your immediate reaction? You pull back. You don't trust them. The universe reacts to your desperation in the same way. To attract, you must stop chasing. Physics demands it. Nature is lazy, or rather, nature is ruthlessly efficient. In physics, there is a fundamental principle called the principle of least action. This law governs everything from the path of a photon to the orbit of a planet. Light always travels the shortest path between 2 points. It does not wander. Water always flows downhill through the path of least resistance. It does not try to climb the mountain. It flows around it. Planets orbit in the most efficient ellipse to conserve angular momentum. Look at a tree. Does a tree strain to grow? Does it grunt and sweat to push out a leaf? No, it allows the sap to flow. Does the earth hustle to spin on its axis? No, it floats in frictionless space. Only humans struggle. Only humans believe that suffering is a prerequisite for worthiness. We have internalized a program that says, if it was easy, it isn't valuable. This is a lie designed to keep you in the matrix of production. When you over-prepare, overthink, and overwork, you are violating the principle of least action. You are creating entropy, disorder, in your system. You are wasting energy that could be used for magnetization. The quantum field rewards efficiency. It responds to the path of zero resistance. Think of electricity. It always flows through the path of least resistance. If you are resisting your current reality by fighting it, complaining about it, and hating it, the current cannot flow. You are an insulator, not a conductor. If your manifestation feels hard, you are doing it wrong. You are swimming upstream against the current of the universe. The goal is not to swim harder. The goal is to turn the boat around and let the current carry you. Let's get technical. Let's look at this through the lens of thermodynamics. In physics, there are 2 states, entropy and neg-entropy. Entropy is chaos, disorder, heat, friction. Neg-entropy is order, structure, cooling, crystallization. Think of your desire, your perfect reality, as a state of order. It is a crystal. It is structured. It is stable. Think of your anxiety, your struggle, and your trying as a state of chaos. It is a gas. It is volatile. The second law of thermodynamics states that in a closed system, entropy always increases unless energy is applied to organize it. However, here is the paradox. When you add force, stress, hustle,
worry to the system. You increase the heat. You increase the molecular movement. You increase the chaos. You are literally scattering the particles of your desire before they can form a solid object. You are boiling the water when you want ice. You cannot freeze water by heating it up, and you cannot manifest order by generating chaotic stress. But when you enter a state of flow, doing less, you lower the entropy. You cool down the system. You quiet the mind. You regulate the nervous system. This allows the particles to organize themselves into a crystalline structure, your reality. Stillness organizes chaos. Motion creates chaos. This is why your best ideas come in the shower, or right before sleep, or while driving. Why? Because you stopped doing. You lowered the resistance. You cooled the engine. You allowed the thermodynamic system to settle into its natural order. If you want to build a house of cards, you cannot have shaking hands. You must be still.
Why is it so hard to stop trying? Why does doing nothing feel so dangerous? Because your brain is addicted to the illusion of control. Specifically, your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, analyzing, and worrying, is overactive. It runs a constant simulation of what if. It thinks, if I stop thinking about this problem, I will die. If I stop pushing, everything will collapse. This is a survival mechanism. It is great for avoiding tigers in the jungle. It is terrible for bending reality in the quantum field. When you are in effort mode, your brainwaves are in high beta. High beta is a fast, jagged, incoherent frequency. It consumes massive amounts of glucose. It locks your focus on the external material world. Crucially, high beta blocks your access to the subconscious mind. It creates a firewall between your conscious desire and the operating system that actually controls your reality. You are locked out of the root directory. You are banging on the keyboard, but the computer is frozen. To manifest, you must downshift into alpha or theta brainwaves. These are the states of letting go. In these states, the prefrontal cortex goes offline. This phenomenon is called transient hypofrontality. The manager in your brain takes a break. The critical factor disappears. The resistance drops. And suddenly, the signal can get through to the quantum field. Doing less is not about being lazy. It is about shifting your brainwave state from noise to signal. It is a biological necessity for high-level creation. You cannot download a massive file, your new reality, if your bandwidth is clogged with the spam of trying. Nature abhors a vacuum. This is an ancient occult truth. If you create an empty space, the universe rushes to fill it. But look at your life. Are you empty or are you full? Most people are full. They are full of anxiety, full of plans, full of noise, full of podcasts, full of opinions, full of trying. There is no room for the miracle to enter. You are gripping the steering wheel so tight that the autonomous driving system cannot take over. To manifest, you must create a vacuum. You must stop doing the things that don't work. This is called via negativa, the negative way, improving the system by subtraction, not addition. Most people ask, what more can I do to get what I want? The master asks, what can I stop doing that is blocking what I want? Stop checking your phone for the message. That is checking for lack. Stop visualizing from a place of fear. That is rehearsing failure. Stop talking about your problems to everyone. That is anchoring the past. When you stop outputting noise, you create a suction force in the ether. The silence pulls the reality towards you. Doing less is actually a form of magnetic attraction. By removing the interference, you allow the natural signal to be heard. We must look to the East to understand the practical application of this law. The Taoist masters call this Wu Wei. It is often mistranslated as non-action or doing nothing. This is incorrect. Wu Wei means effortless action, or action without force. It does not mean lying on the couch waiting for a miracle. It means acting only when the impulse comes from the center, not from the periphery. Imagine a swimmer. A novice swimmer splashes, kicks, gasps for air, and fights the water. They exert massive effort, but move slowly. They are in a state of force. An Olympic swimmer glides. Their movements are precise, silent, and fluid. They move fast, but it looks easy. They are in a state of flow. The swimmer is not doing nothing, but they are not trying. They are aligned with the physics of the water. This is how you must approach your life. How do you know if you are in Wu Wei or just being lazy? Check the friction. If the action feels heavy, draining, fearful, and full of resistance, it is trying. Stop immediately. You are just creating heat, entropy. If the action feels light, obvious, almost automatic and exciting, it is aligned action. Do it immediately. This is the universe moving through you. You don't need to force the door open with a battering ram. You just need to turn the handle when the knock comes. Let's use the analogy of the Zen Archer to understand detachment. In traditional Japanese archery, Kyudo, the student is taught a paradox. If you focus too hard on hitting the target, you will miss. Why? Because the desire to hit the target creates tension in the muscle. The anxiety of missing creates a micro-tremor in the hand. The attachment to the outcome alters the aim. The master teaches the student to forget the target completely, to become blind to the target, to focus only on the breath, the bow, and the posture. When the internal state is perfect, the arrow shoots itself, and it hits the center. Your manifestation, the money, the person, the job, is the target. If you stare at it obsessionally, where is it? Is it coming? Why isn't it here yet? You create tension. You create the tremor. You miss. You must focus on your internal posture, frequency. Forget the target. The target is inevitable if the posture is correct. The arrow knows where to go. You just have to stop shaking the bow. So, how do we operationalize this? How do we stop trying
in a world that demands effort. We use the signal cleaning protocol. Step 1. The audit. Identify resistance. Look at your goals. Where is the most pain? Is it money, love, health? Identify the area where you are trying the hardest, where you feel the most effort and frustration. Admit to yourself, my effort is the block. Realize that your pushing is the very thing holding the door shut. Release the need to fix it today. Say out loud, I am putting this down. I am stepping back. Step 2. The deactivation. Lower entropy. For the next 24 hours, take your hands off that problem completely. Do not Google solutions. Do not call friends to complain. Do not do affirmations about it. Do not check for results. Just let it sit. Imagine a jar of muddy water. If you keep stirring it to fix the cloudiness, it stays muddy. You have to put the jar down and walk away. You are letting the mud settle. This deactivates the resistance pattern. It lowers the entropy. It cools the system. Step 3. The receiver mode. Enter a state of receptivity. Go for a walk in nature. Listen to music without lyrics. Sit in the sun. Put your brain in alpha waves. In this state, the solution will find you. An idea will pop up. A person will call. A synchronicity will occur. This is the path of least resistance revealing itself. Follow that path. It will feel like cheating because it is so easy. It is supposed to be easy. If it's hard, it's not God.
The universe is a mirror. It has no initiative. It has no free will. It only reflects. If you wait for the mirror to smile first, you will wait forever. The reflection cannot smile until the object smiles. You must smile first. But you cannot fake the smile, toxic positivity. The mirror sees your micro-expressions, vibration. It sees the tension in your jaw. You must actually be the state. If you want rest, rest now. Do not wait for the vacation. If you want freedom, feel free now. If you want abundance, be generous now, even with $1. You don't do these things to get the result. That is manipulation. You do them because you are the result. This collapses the time lag. There is no future you who is happy. There is only now you. Be him, be her, now. The mirror has no choice but to reflect the new image.
This is the final paradox that separates the masters from the students. You can only have what you do not need. Neediness is a repellent. It creates a vacuum of lack. It says, I am empty without this. Detachment is magnetic. It says, I am full. When you detach from the outcome, you signal to the field, I am okay with or without this. This signal of wholeness is irresistible to the universe. It rushes to match your wholeness with external proof. Think of it like dating. Desperation is unattractive. Confidence and independence are attractive. The universe is attracted to your independence. Stop gripping the bird so tight. Open your hand. If it stays, it's yours. If it flies, it wasn't. But usually, the moment you open your hand, the bird settles and more birds come.
Let's clarify one thing to satisfy the analytical mind. Doing less does not mean atrophy. It does not mean weakness. In biology, there is a concept called hormesis. Short bursts of acute stress, intense exercise, cold plunge, sauna, make you stronger. They signal growth. Chronic, low-level stress, worry, trying, overthinking makes you weaker. It destroys your cells. Trying to manifest is chronic stress. It is a slow leak of energy. It is inflammation. Aligned action is hormetic stress. It is a burst of power followed by rest. Be a sprinter, not a marathon runner. Act with intensity when the inspiration comes, then rest with intensity when it leaves. Do not live in the gray zone of constant low-level worrying. Oscillate between 100% on and 100% off. That is the rhythm of nature.
Ultimately, you are trying to access the 0-point field. This is the field of infinite potential where all matter originates. The 0-point field is a field of stillness. It is not chaotic. It is perfectly balanced. To access it, you must become like it. You must become still. You cannot enter the 0-point field while running around screaming, "I need this." You enter it by stopping, by dropping the resistance, by becoming transparent. When you stop trying to be the doer, you become the channel. And the power that flows through the channel is infinitely greater than the power of the doer. The doer runs on glucose and adrenaline. The channel runs on cosmic energy. Switch power sources.
The war is over. You have fought enough. You have tried enough. You have struggled enough. Put down the weapons. Put down the strategies. Put down the planner. The quantum field is not an enemy you have to defeat or manipulate. It is a partner you have to dance with. Let it lead. Stop trying to make it happen. Allow it to happen. There is a massive momentum of well-being flowing towards you right now. It has been piling up behind the dam of your effort. The only thing stopping it is your insistence on doing it yourself. Step out of the way. Be the opening. Be the silence. Be the receiver. The path of least resistance is the path of greatest power. Walk it. Subscribe to the laboratory. Do less, be more. Welcome to Quantum Core.